Why do we get angry? Is it truly because of what others say or do? Or is it something deeper, something within us? Anger is a powerful emotion, and for most people, it feels uncontrollable. Someone insults you, and you react. Someone cuts you off in traffic, and you explode with frustration. But what if I told you that anger is not caused by the outside world, but by how you choose to perceive it? The Stoics, some of the wisest thinkers in history, like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, understood this truth. They believed that we don't have control over the actions of others, but we do have control over how we respond. In fact, Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Imagine living a life where no one can provoke you. Where insults, criticism, and negativity bounce off of you like raindrops on stone. Where you remain calm, unshaken, and in full control of your emotions, no matter what happens around you. This isn't just an ideal, it's a skill that can be learned. And in this video, I'm going to share 10 powerful Stoic principles that will help you never get angry or bothered by anyone again. These principles will train your mind to master emotions, overcome ego, and detach from negativity. By the end of this video, you'll see the world, and yourself, differently. You'll have the tools to remain calm in any situation and reclaim your power over your own emotions. So let's begin. This should meet your requirements for tone, engagement, and length. Let me know if you'd like any adjustments. You cannot control what happens around you. You cannot control what people say, what they do, or how they treat you. But what you can control is how you respond. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote, "You always have the power to have no opinion about something. You can choose to remain untroubled." Think about that for a moment. Someone insults you. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Someone spreads rumors about you. Your instinct is to react, to get angry, to fight back, to defend yourself. But is that reaction truly necessary? Pause and ask yourself. Will this matter in a day? A week? A year? Does my anger improve the situation, or does it only harm me? The truth is, anger rarely solves anything. Instead, it gives power to the very thing that disturbed you. Every time you react with frustration, you hand over control to external forces. The Stoics understood that emotions arise from our judgments, not from reality itself. It's not the event that makes you angry, it's how you interpret the event. If someone yells at you, you can choose to see it as an attack, or you can choose to see it as a reflection of their inner turmoil, not yours. Try this simple Stoic exercise. The next time you feel anger rising, take a deep breath. Before speaking or acting, pause for 5 seconds and ask yourself, is this reaction necessary? This tiny moment of awareness is the key to emotional mastery. When you realize that your reactions are a choice, you regain power over yourself. You become unshakable, not because the world has changed, but because you have changed. And once you stop letting the external world dictate your emotions, you will find a new kind of freedom, one that no one can take away from you. Stop expecting people to behave like you. One of the greatest sources of frustration and anger is the belief that people should behave the way we expect them to. You hold the door open for someone, and they don't say thank you. You show kindness, but they respond with coldness. You expect loyalty, but they betray you. Why does this make you angry? Because deep down, you believe that others should think and act the way you do. But here's the truth, people are not you. They have their own values, their own experiences, and their own way of interpreting the world. Expecting others to behave according to your standards is like expecting a lion to act like a bird. It's not realistic. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, today I will meet people who are selfish, arrogant, deceitful, and ungrateful. But none of this will harm me, because it is their nature, not mine." This is not about becoming cynical or expecting the worst from people. It's about accepting reality. When you let go of the illusion that people should act a certain way, you free yourself from unnecessary disappointment. Instead of thinking, "Why are they like this?" ask yourself, "Why am I expecting them to be different?" Let people be who they are. Focus on what you can control, your reactions, your peace of mind, and your actions. The moment you stop expecting people to behave like you is the moment you stop giving them power over your emotions. And that is true freedom. Let go of the need to always be right. What if I told you that being right is overrated? Many of us go through life believing that winning arguments, proving our point, or correcting others makes us powerful. But in reality, the strongest people are those who don't need to be right all the time. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." The real failure in life is not making mistakes, it's refusing to accept that you could be wrong. Think about this. How many times have you argued just to prove a point, even when deep down, you knew it wasn't worth it? How often have you ignored someone's perspective simply because it challenged your own? Holding on to the need to always be right is nothing but a prison for your ego. Instead, practice the art of listening, not to respond, but to understand. The next time you feel the urge to argue, ask yourself, "Do I want to be right, or do I want to learn? Is this battle worth my peace of mind?" Let go of the obsession with winning. True strength lies in knowing when to walk away, when to let others have their opinion, and when to choose peace over pride. Because in the end, wisdom is not about being right, it's about growing. Stop letting others define your worth. Who decides your worth? Is it the opinions of your friends, your boss, or the strangers on the internet? The truth is, no one can define your value, unless you allow them to. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "It never ceases to amaze me, we all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Think about that. You live with yourself every single day. You know your struggles, your efforts, and your intentions. And yet, a single comment, a passing judgment, or someone's negative opinion can shake your confidence. Why? Because we give too much weight to external validation. We mistake approval for self-worth. Here's the reality. Not every opinion matters. Not every criticism is worth your time. And most importantly, what people say about you says more about them than about you. So what should you do? Listen to feedback that helps you grow. Ignore the noise that holds you back. When someone criticizes you, ask yourself, is this constructive, or is this just their opinion? And then, choose wisely. Your worth is not up for debate. It is something you define for yourself, through your actions, your values, and the way you carry yourself. So stop letting others dictate how you feel about yourself. Take back your power. Because at the end of the day, only you get to decide your worth. Set boundaries to protect your peace. No one can hurt you, unless you let them. That might sound harsh, but it's the truth. People will always have opinions. They will push, criticize, demand, and try to take more than they give. But you are the one who decides what is acceptable. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said, "He who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary." In other words, much of our suffering comes from allowing others to cross boundaries that we never clearly set. If you constantly feel drained, disrespected, or manipulated, it's time to ask yourself, have I set clear boundaries? Have I communicated what I will and will not tolerate? Because if you don't set your limits, others will set them for you. Here's how to protect your peace. Learn to say no without guilt. Stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Surround yourself with those who respect your space, energy, and time. Setting boundaries is not about being rude, it's about being clear. And here's the secret, people will test your boundaries. They will push to see how much they can take. But when you stand firm, when you make it known that your peace is not up for negotiation, they will either respect you or remove themselves from your life. Either way, you win. Your peace is yours to protect. Guard it wisely. Detach from the opinions of others. You cannot control how others see you, but you can control how much you let it affect you. Too often, we shape our actions, words, and even dreams based on what others might think. We fear their judgment, their rejection, their disapproval. But let me ask you this, who are you living for? Epictetus, a great Stoic philosopher, once said, "If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Why? Because true growth often makes others uncomfortable. When you change, evolve, or set higher standards, those around you, especially those who remain stagnant, will judge you. But here's the truth, their judgment is not about you. It's about them. People project their insecurities onto others. If they mock your ambitions, it's because they've given up on theirs. If they criticize your choices, it's because they're afraid to make their own. If they try to bring you down, it's because they fear being left behind. Realizing this is liberating. It means that their words, their opinions, their judgments, they don't define you. So, what can you do? Stop seeking validation. The only approval you need is your own. Remember, their opinions are reflections, not truths. Choose peace over reaction. Don't let their words disrupt your inner calm. Because at the end of the day, your life is yours to live. Not theirs. Use silence instead of anger. There is a power in silence that few people understand. When someone insults you, provokes you, or tries to manipulate you, your instinct is to react, to fight back, to defend yourself, to prove them wrong. But what if I told you that the strongest response is no response at all? Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, once said, "You always have the option of having no opinion." Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. When you stay silent, you deny the other person the reaction they crave. You maintain your power instead of giving it away. You create space to think clearly before responding. Imagine this, someone insults you in public. If you react with anger, you've already lost, you've played into their hands. But if you look at them, say nothing, and walk away, who truly holds the power? Silence shows confidence. Silence forces the other person to question themselves. Silence allows you to stay above the drama, rather than be dragged into it. Of course, this doesn't mean you should never speak up. But it does mean you should choose your words carefully, and never let anger choose them for you. So the next time someone provokes you, try this. Take a deep breath. Say nothing. Let your silence speak louder than their words. Because true strength isn't in the argument. It's in the restraint. Transform anger into gratitude. What if I told you that anger and gratitude cannot exist in the same moment? The next time you feel anger rising inside you, stop and ask yourself, what am I grateful for right now? At first, this might seem difficult, especially when you're frustrated or upset. But the truth is, gratitude dissolves anger. Why? Because anger is focused on what's wrong, while gratitude is focused on what's right. Let's say someone cuts you off in traffic. Your immediate reaction might be frustration. But instead of letting it consume you, try this. Take a deep breath. Shift your focus. Find 3 things to be grateful for in that moment. For example, I'm grateful I have a car. I'm grateful I'm safe. I'm grateful I get to listen to my favorite music while I drive. By doing this, you override your automatic emotional response. This isn't about ignoring problems or pretending life is perfect. It's about training your mind to focus on what you can appreciate, rather than what you resent. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. So the next time anger tries to take over, try gratitude instead. Because no matter what's happening, there is always something to be grateful for. See criticism as a tool for growth. Criticism, most people fear it. They resist it. They take it personally. But what if you could see criticism as a tool, rather than an attack? Marcus Aurelius once said, "If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth." This is the mindset of someone who is truly free. Here's the key: not all criticism is useful. You must learn to separate constructive feedback from worthless negativity. How do you do this? Ask yourself 3 questions when someone criticizes you. Who is this coming from? Is it someone whose opinion you respect? If not, ignore it. Is there truth in what they're saying? Even harsh words can contain a lesson. Will this help me grow? If yes, take it as fuel. If no, discard it without emotion. Think of criticism like a mirror. If it reflects something useful, use it. If it distorts reality, walk away. A Stoic does not get offended. A Stoic learns, adapts, and moves forward. So the next time someone criticizes you, don't react. Instead, pause, listen, and ask. How can this make me stronger? Master the art of letting go. Why do we stay angry? Why do we hold on to resentment? Because we believe that by holding on to it, we are somehow punishing the person who wronged us. But in reality, we are only punishing ourselves. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." This is the essence of letting go. It is not about forgetting. It is about freeing yourself from the burden of past emotions. Ask yourself this: is holding on to this anger helping me? Is it making my life better? Or is it keeping me stuck in the past? The truth is, anger only lasts as long as you feed it. The moment you stop replaying the event in your mind, the anger begins to fade. So how do you let go? Shift your focus to the present. What can you do right now that actually matters? Practice radical acceptance. The past cannot be changed, but your future is still in your hands. Forgive, not for them, but for you. Forgiveness is not about excusing someone's actions. It is about choosing peace over resentment. Remember, letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is the ultimate act of strength. The past is over. The only question is, will you carry its weight, or will you move forward? The path to emotional mastery. We've explored 10 powerful Stoic lessons that can help you break free from anger and emotional turmoil. From controlling your reactions to letting go of the need to be right, from setting boundaries to transforming criticism into growth, these principles are the key to lasting peace and self-mastery. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever experienced a moment where you controlled your anger instead of letting it control you? Drop your story in the comments, I'd love to hear it. And if you found these lessons valuable, hit the like button and subscribe to continue your journey of self-improvement, emotional intelligence, and Stoic wisdom. Remember, true strength is not found in reacting, it's found in remaining unshaken. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.